So morning all, bike number 2, test ride number 2, this one's ready, and we are out on his Scrambler again. Now we're down at Dobby's again to do a final test ride, and lo and behold, the sticker wall is looking pretty good. Extra one going on there now. So now we've got the WK Bikes, UM, the Viper and Rev Bomb is down there. Sticker board started down at Dobby's. And no doubt someone will be, oh, you're defacing public property. It's a sticker board. We do it on the back of motorway signs. If you happen to go into Tesco, there's one in Tesco in Bletchley as well with Rev Bomb on it. Won't tell you where it is, but look at the trolley park. My stickers get everywhere. And if you happen to go into Super Sausage, Boo Rider and Rhythmic have defaced the entrance door of Super Sausage as well with their stickers. So everyone's putting stickers everywhere. It's a bit of fun, boys. Electric cars are all jacked up there. Everyone's got their cars out this morning. So we're out on the final test ride. Guess what? The sun is out. And I am just hoping it is going to be nice and sunny this coming Sunday, because I am out on a nice 180 mile ride up north with Peaky Biker. So we're going to go out, we're going to ride this second WK Scrambler. I have 2 Titans, a Freedom and a ZSB that are all being prepped up at the moment. Loads and loads of bikes in. The Bomber is on its way out, and we'll get that one done. And we've still got the XJR as well. So on this one, exactly the same thing. We had to bring the bars a little bit forward, had to adjust the clutch and the throttle adjustment slightly, just take the play up in the throttle. Being an old fussy bugger again, RB. But let's get some power on, let's get it through the box, and let's get out and have a ride. And we're doing a slightly different ride this morning. I'm not going down the dual carriageway. I'm going to do something a little bit different with this one. We're going to take a different route. Oh, where are we going, RB? We shall find out in a minute. Let's get the power on, get it up to 40 mile an hour on a 40 mile an hour road. Open it up to 40, and as always, test ride 40 to 45 mile an hour. It's a customer bike. Take your time with it and run it in gently. Now once you get your bike, don't go hanging around like a loon and whacking as much power on as you can. Ride the bike nicely and treat it with a bit of respect. So all bikes 40 to 45 mile an hour for the first 500 miles. I know it's a bit of a faff rolling around at that speed, but the more you take care of your bike, the better it will be for you. And we haven't done this in a while. We are going to do a hill climb. We are going to head up to the top of a little brick hill on the road and see what it's like climbing a hill. Now obviously the highest point of Milton Keynes is Little Brick Hill and Bow Brick Hill. So get the power on, get the revs up, work our way through the box, and we will lock the throttle out and see what she's like at a nice steady speed. So getting the power on, and we're going to sit at 43 mile an hour. So hopefully lock the throttle about there with my wrist and see what we lose climbing a hill on a 125. And it's a big old, obviously the camera doesn't show it very well, but it's a big old hill to climb. So if you didn't know, Milton Keynes, and the highest point is Little Brick Hill, Bow Brick Hill, and it's around about, I think, 315 foot above sea level. So we're not that high up, but obviously Milton Keynes I think is about 70 feet above sea level. But 43, 44, I've not moved my wrist one iota, and it's just sitting there climbing the hill. So plenty of torque off your WK Scrambler. It will climb a hill. Normally on a twist and go you'd normally lose 2 or 3, maybe 4 mile an hour. On a geared bike you've got the option to drop it a gear or give it a little bit more revs, which I'm not going to be doing. Nice steady 43, 44, shoulder check, nothing coming in behind me, indicate off. but it climbs absolutely perfectly. So even better on the run down the hill, I can ease off the throttle and just let it coast. But we had a message the other day, and someone commented on the WK Scrambler, and he went, well, I had one, I had it 3 months and it's been in there more than it's been with us, blah blah blah. Okay, I've done 3,000 miles in 3 months. I'm like, well, that is a lot of mileage. Well, if it's been into the garage that much, how the hell have you managed to do 3,000 miles and have it in a garage and do 3 services in the first 3 months? And as an urban commute, these bikes are designed for around town, decent, you know, going out for a decent run, but that is a lot of mileage to knock up in 3 months, 3,000 miles in 3 months. Even if you work it out as sort of 50-60 miles a day over the duration of that time, you're cranking up the mileage. And it depends if you've obviously run the bike in, if you've done 40 to 45 for the first 500, had your service, or if you've completely opened it up from day one. Any bike that is not running is going to have issues, so you've got to go very careful on the engine for the first 500 miles, let it run in. And obviously doing that amount of mileage, I'd certainly be looking at adjusting the tappets on it very early on into the service regime. Servicing on these is really easy, plugs on the side, easy to get into the tappets, fuel system's all at the back. It's an absolute doddle to change parts on one of these, but of all the Scramblers that we've done, and we have done a lot of the WK Scramblers, not just the 125s but the 50s as well, we've never had an issue with any of the Scramblers. The only thing we had an issue with was down by the rear brake is a brake stop, and if you don't make sure that that bolt is tightened up, it has got a habit of obviously screwing itself up and applying the back brake, and then you're wondering, why is my bike smelling of brake pad at the back, or why are my brakes always, you know, why does it feel like it's binding from the back? So do check your brake stop screw that is down by the rear peg. But just to prove the point on how good they are, Tope the biker, so Timmy Tope came, bought a bike from us. She's bought WK Scrambler. She's now out on Instagram as Tope the biker, and she rides hers all the time, and she is cranking up loads of miles and moto vlogging on Instagram with her little WK Scrambler, and she absolutely loves it. And she said, I haven't had a better bike. It's really reliable, it's good, and she looks after it as well, so very good. Slightly different route. So up the hill down, we are going to do a left here. Depends on where Discovery Man's going. I think he's going across, even though he's not got an indicator on. And I will wait for Discovery Man to move, because I just realised we've got no centre light there. Someone has taken the light out. That's great fun. So he's moving, I can move. And obviously someone's come flying out of there, and oops, let's take the sign out. Right, a little bit of a different route. We shall go down here and go down towards Stoke Hammond. So you get a scenic route of Milton Keynes. Villages there, lovely green belt country over there, and look, we've got a housing estate now built on farm fields. Good luck there with your houses, because that is the floodplain for Bletchley. Yes, they built houses on a floodplain. I just hope you've put extra drainage in, people. So, rolling down here, we are going to go across the roundabout, down into Stoke Hammond, and past what we call the Lakes Estate. Say no more about the Lakes Estate. There we go. Do a right on this one, check the mirror, check the shoulder. But cornering wise, look, it corners lovely. This has got dual sport tyres on it, and these little dual sport tyres are absolutely perfect, whether it's standard roads or if you're just going slightly down the country lanes. Now obviously could have gone and done a bit of green laning on this, but it's a customer's bike, don't want to get it too dirty. So we will take our time on this one. Cranking up the miles, 9 miles on the clock. By the time I get back to the garage there'll be 11 on it. Job done, job is a good one. And just watching the cars coming in over my shoulder. Now the best bit about this is the lanes on this are super wide, so it's single carriageway, but look how wide that lane is. So hence position 1, sit yourself to the inside, cars can get round you. If I'm occupying that lane I'm going to be annoying the crap out of people. Good old Grand Union Canal down there, and the barge centre is just over there. So the Willowbridge Marina is just over there. And back round we go round the roundabout. I should have popped in and said hello to my uncle at the farm there. So that is all his farmland, and they're building houses on his farmland. He's made a mint this year, because obviously Newton Lees, which is another estate just up the top, has got about, I think, 500 houses on it. And he sold them 200 acres of land, made his first million on selling the land. It was either that or compulsory purchase, and he went, yeah, you can have the land, but dump me a nice tidy penny, which he did. So he's no longer a farmer, he's now sits on his backside just reaping the rewards, and they obviously want to buy that land at the bottom now for more houses. And he went, same offer as last time. So, scenic tour, the Lakes Estate. What a lovely estate that is. Not. It's not a bad estate. Originally back in the 80s that was the scourge of Milton. Where are you from? Lakes Estate. Oh god, don't want to live there. I lived on the Lakes Estate, there was nothing wrong with it. It was a lovely estate. Just the odd hoodlum, but they're all just basic prefabs with like brick wall each side and a prefab at the front and back. But it's social housing and it comes in handy. More houses there, yes, they've built on more farmland across here. And obviously people need houses, the population's getting bigger. And people are saying, oh yeah, but it's, you know, we shouldn't be building all these houses. Well, tough. People need houses and people need social housing. Worst thing they ever did was obviously selling off council house. No, don't say that, because I'm buying my council house. But obviously back in the 80s, Maggie Thatcher, well, you can buy your council house. Oh, I wish I had back then. Apart from the fact that I've got to pay an absolute shed load of money for my house now. And I could have popped in to see Mummy down there. We have some more riders there. There we go, nice little Triumph. And I've got a feeling that is an instructor. Don't recognise him. Although we did see Mark Page the other day. Nice and steady, boys. 30 mile an hour. I think he must be on an IAM, or he's on his DAS, because they're all cardoed up. Oh, good luck if you're on your DAS course, mate. Good luck. One thing he didn't do, look through. Oh, he did look through the roundabout. Oh, well done, well done. So back to the garage we go. Got 11 miles on the bike, that'll do for me. So Eddie's bike all good. And why have you got an early indicator on? Unless of course you're turning into the graveyard or the crematorium. Unless he's instructing him turn left at the next junction. Shoulder check to the inside, you should be doing that. Hand up to say pull in. Even though he's spotted who's behind him and he's like, is that RB? Yeah, probably. And if you didn't know what the biker signs are, go and look at the Peaky Biker. He's done a little video of what tapping on the top of the crash helmet means, what shaking a leg means, or putting your left hand straight up, which means you're turning right normally, but he was going straight on, so so there's loads of signs. Go and look at Peaky Biker. He will tell you what all the motorcycle signs are, apart from the one that RB uses all the time, which I'm not going to tell you what it is. Right, we are back to the garage. Look through the corner, RB. That's great. Park your van right there. This road is atrocious. Look, double yellows. Let's park there. And you're just going to dump that there. Well done. So, I mean, double yellows all the way down, and they just... Oh, let's just slam my car there because we're going to have our cheap tyres next door to our garage. Right, we're all done. Ride test completed. Bike all good. So that is bike 2. Bike 1 is there. Consecutive regs on these as well. So we're back at the garage. Whatever you're doing this week, have yourself a good one. Watch out for some more test rides coming up this afternoon. But until then, be well, ride safe. And from RB, as always, it's a big goodbye from me. See you on the next one.